Hey, what is going on, road trippers? Road Trip Nate here. Once again, welcome back to the channel. As those captions at the top stated, I'm giving an update on my health. I I went to a whatever it's called. Had a had a physical today to a routine medical checkup today. I am almost 36 years old. So my health for my body is it's more important to me now than it was back in when I was in my early 30s. I'm at the age where I need to start focusing more on if I have a health problem, I need to start focusing more on it to get ahead of it. I went in for a routine checkup just to make sure everything's functioning like it should be. Uh, at the chiropractor in Gentry, I the doctor, the chiropractor that did my physical, he was looking at my X-rays, and I'm sitting there watching him the entire time while he's looking at my X-ray, and while he's staring at the computer, I'm like, that's not good. I'm like, what's the bad news here, doc? What? 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 He's like, do you ever have any back problems? I'm like, no, I don't ever have any back problems. He's like, he's like, your lower back is weird. That's literally what he said. Your lower back is weird. You have you have an extra disc in your lower spine that's not supposed to be there. I'm like, I'm like, I didn't put it there. But this is why I go to these checkups. As you know, as I grew up, I always heard my elders saying, once you start getting older, you have more concerns for your health and wellness. So that's why I go to these checkups and just do these periodic checkups so I can know what is there something wrong with this body. I mean, you only get one body. So I want to make sure I want to get ahead of the curve. I want to be in front of this thing before something happens. But currently watching Monday Night Raw from last the last USA Network episode a couple weeks ago. I'm just watching a random video, but uh, the look he gave while looking at my X-ray, he's like, I'm like, that's not good. That's not a good sign. But you have an extra. He's like, I've never seen something like that before. He's like, you have an extra disc in your spine. Nobody's ever told me about that before. This is why I come to these routine checkups is to see things that I've never that I don't know about. You were at risk for severe back problems within the not so distant future. I'm like, Yeah, thank you for telling me about that. Yeah, the sciatic nerve issues, the back problems. I'm sure having an extra disc in my spine leads to pressure on my spine, which is not a very good thing. I would not assume, but he said you need to exercise at least 30 minutes a day, every other day. Go for a walk or something to build up your strength in your lower back. He asked if I ever have had any back problems. I'm like, no, I've never had any back problems. Katie, God, I love her. She she has back problems. My girlfriend of 2.5 years, she has back problems. She's like, you need to take that very seriously. She's like, I wish I had taken it seriously. And she knows me very well. She knows. She's like, wow, really? Whenever I told her the news, she's like, you've never had any problems. You've never had any problems before, back issues. I told her, I said, yeah, I don't want to have back problems. I want to get ahead of this thing. I want to do what I can to get ahead of this thing because she is in her mid 40s and she has to walk around with a full walker. And I see her the problems that she always has, just doing basic day to day functions, trying to. It's like I don't want to go through that. And she told me, she's like, I wouldn't wish that on anybody to have to go through back problems. I'm like, but that's why I do these. I go to these checkups just because I'm almost 36 years old. I want to know what's going on with my body because, like I've said, as I've listened to my elders, they say when you get older, you want to try to get ahead of the curve. This is a little emotional episode, but this is not the normal Road Trip Nate episode. But I figured I needed to say something about this because I I have never been told that I have an extra disc in my spine, and the doctor even said he had never seen something like that before. That somebody has an extra disc in their spine. So I'm gonna try to get ahead of this thing because I don't want to have back problems. I don't want to have. I don't want to deal with. I don't want to have to deal with having a full on walker that my girlfriend has to have. I I don't know what I'm supposed to do. I don't. I mean, I don't know. But we I am gonna continue uploading the videos that I have done over the past few days. Try to figure out what I can do to, because obviously I probably can't have. I don't think I can have spinal surgery because your spine is literally your backbone. I can't. I can't get rid of the extra. I. I don't think. I don't know. I don't know what to do. I can't get rid of the extra disc in my spine. 36 years old. I'm just now knowing that I have an extra disc in my spine, which is abnormality, apparently. the doctor said he had never seen something like that before. So I don't know what to do. But that's where we're at. Like I was telling Kelton here at work earlier, I'm like, whenever he was relieving me, from second to third shift, I'm like, that's why I like going to these checkups to make sure everything's functioning properly, making sure everything's functioning properly because I'm getting up there. I'm getting up there in age. I'm starting to get a little bit older. I need to just stay on top of uh, what's going on with my body and everything because I don't like to have those little nasty surprises that that's what the older generations always say is you want to when you get older you start trying to stay on top of everything, making sure you can stay in front of everything, not have little things just like, oh, this health issue I didn't know about. Well, I always try to stay on top of everything, but I don't know. It it makes sense because my lower back, yes, I've never had problems, but it will eventually be a major problem if I do not apparently get out and exercise, and I have an extra disc in my spine that's not supposed to be there. 36 years old, almost. Never once known that I have an extra disc in my spine that could cause could, could cause issues. But that's gonna do it for today. If you're new here, please feel free to hit that subscribe button after the video to stay notified on all my current and future whereabouts. And if you like this video, give it a big thumbs up. Just let me know you care. This is Road Trip Nate saying, I will catch y'all later, Road Trippers. What the hell is going on outside? Police and fire department, what it sounded like. Uh, it never ends. The fun never ends. Bye from the Quality Inn, Siloam Springs, Road Trippers.